We are talking about squares, and we want to recognize and apply the properties of squares. For this example 11, it says quadrilateral FMHS is a square. Find each value or measure. So here we have Fs is equal to 4. So there's Fs is equal to 4. And then it asks us to find FH. So FH is the diagonal that goes across the square there. Well, because this is a right angle, we can use Pythagorean theorem. In Pythagorean theorem, we say that is a squared plus b squared is equal to c squared. And then the hypotenuse is always c. So that is going to be FH. Then we can name either of our legs of the triangle can be A and B. So we'll say that A is 4, and then B is also 4, because we know that all the sides of a square are congruent. So we have a right triangle with the two legs are equal to 4, so we can substitute those values in. So we can say 4 squared plus 4 squared is equal to c squared. And then we can use our calculator, or we can know that 4 squared is equal to 16. And that's for both examples there. 4 squared is equal to 16. And that is still equal to c squared. 16 plus 16 is 32. That's equal to c squared. And to get the c by itself, we want to take the square root of both sides of the equal sign. And in this case, we're going to get the square root of 32 is equal to c. And we can simplify this radical. We can leave this as an exact answer like it is here. We can use our calculator and say the square root of 32 and get a decimal answer, or we can reduce this radical. Two numbers that multiply to 32 are going to be 2 times 16. So I could write under the radical, I'm going to write 16 times 2, but I'm going to keep that under the radical. 16 times 2 is still equal to 32. We don't know what the square root of 2 is, so we'll just leave it as the square root of 2. But we do know what the square root of 16, so we can rewrite that one more time. Square root of 16 times the square root of 2 is equal to c. We cannot reduce the square root of 2. However, the square root of 16 is 4. So our final answer can be 4 times the square root of 2, and that's equal to c. Either one of those are correct. We can use square root of 32 equals c, or 4 times the square root of 2 is equal to c. And remember, our c value was representing fh. So we can say fh is equal to the square root of 32, or we can say fh is equal to 4 times the square root of 2.